Welcome back. Welcome back to rpay.org. Hey, I've been missing on the network for a while because I've been somewhat busy. So today, and healthcare has been in the back burner for Biden administration because they're going through a lot of trouble with Afghanistan and illegal migration across the borders. I don't know what's happening with the Democratic Party. I see doom and gloom for Democrats. But in any case, we're now going to stop. As far as the healthcare is concerned, we'll continue to talk about it and continue to make headways. Today's topic. Again, thank you for joining rpay.org on the behalf of foremost organizations. This is Consumers Dr. Vengala. Today's topic is access to care. Access to care. Access to care. Let's look at it, folks. Access to healthcare by first creating better access to affordable health insurance. That's very important. This is where we are lacking affordable health insurance. And we are not even trying to get affordable because right now our insurers are not focused on lowering the cost. They are focused on, you know, generating revenue, making profits on the Wall Street. They have no interest in lowering the healthcare costs as long as they don't do risk segmentation. The risk segmentation, they've been fighting hard against the risk segmentation to four categories, and they've been fighting hard on the account-based health plans or health premiums. I will explain to you in detail regarding the account-based health insurance or so-called personalized healthcare, and it is also consumer-driven healthcare. Only consumers have the power to lower the cost of the healthcare. No matter what anybody says, neither the private companies nor the private industry nor the government has the capability to lower the cost. If you empower the consumer, you can lower the cost. Well, we'll talk about it another day. Right now, access to care by providing access to health insurance, affordable health insurance. When we talk about consumer driven healthcare, three most important aspects of any healthcare reform are how it measures against the standards of increased access to medical care. Number one, increased access to medical care. These are the standard parameters, folks. And number two, improved quality of care. Yes, improved quality of care and lowering the costs of the care. These are the three parameters we need to look into, lowering the cost of the care. So-called personalized health insurance or consumer-driven health care is to purchase protection before the onset of a problem. For example, you can buy hurricane insurance when a named storm is heading your way. You can't do that. Hurricane insurance when a named storm is heading your way. An imminent potential claim from a known pre-existing condition generally precludes the purchase of insurance coverage for that risk. Yes, you can buy the insurance for that risk. Buying health insurance to gain access to healthcare is different, folks. It is different. Pre-existing conditions are prevalent in most of us. Some individuals are born with congenital pre-existing health conditions. They are born with it. Over time, many will suffer from accidents and illnesses. Others will acquire chronic conditions. Still others must deal with normal disabilities of aging. Normal disabilities of aging. Yes. Before Obamacare, health insurance companies used analysis of medical records and policy application information to profile individuals or groups seeking health coverage. This is before Obamacare. Insurers wanted to determine the extent of pre existing sickness or illness. This is called a risk selection, folks. Risk selection. Another thing before Obamacare, most states allowed health insurers the unilateral power to deny individual applicants or groups access to purchasing health coverage. Many insurers or insurance companies abuse this risk selection power by cherry picking only the healthy customers. That's not right, folks. That's not right. You can't cherry pick the healthy consumers, and people who need the most can't get health insurance. These too frequent underwriting abuses increase the number of uninsured individuals, folks. Uninsured individuals. Especially disadvantaged were those who tried to leave a job where they had employer sponsored coverage. Employer sponsored coverage. Buying an individual policy was difficult, very difficult. Insurers limited access by using the most extreme underwriting risk selection process. Risk has to be broad based, it has to be in categories. They refuse to do a segmentation. Insurers refuse to segment the risk. This is where we need to focus it on. They need to segment the risk into well category, at risk category, chronic illness, and catastrophic. Insurers refuse to. The risk selection process was broad based, the entire population. You can't do that. You just can't do that. You cannot have a broad based risk when you can categorize and base the risk on categories. That's the way it should be. Shared risk among the categories. Well category, at risk category, chronic illness category, and catastrophic illness category. They refuse to do that. Limiting access to health insurance means limiting access to medical care, folks. Yes, limiting access to medical care. This so-called consumer-driven personalized health insurance empowers consumers and assures access to affordable health insurance for all Americans. All Americans. Another thing, a pre-Obamacare study by American Health Insurance Plans showed American health insurance plan showed 80 to 89% of the health insurance applications that went through the medical underwriting process resulted in an offer of coverage. A significant number of applications for individual health insurance never even made it to the medical underwriting process. These are the individual applicants. They never even made it to the medical underwriting process. Some applications received neither processed because of lack of citizenship or denied for non-medical reasons. See? Denied for non-medical reasons. Failure to provide because of the failure to provide the information by an applicant. Acceptance rate by age. Insurers accepted 95% of the people under the age of 18. See, they accepted 95% under 18, but only 71% over the age of 60 to 64. Older folks were more likely to be rejected by pre existing conditions. Yes. Overall, over all the ages, 2 to 3% were deemed uninsurable. That's what the final conclusion was. Only 2 to 3% folks were deemed uninsurable. In total, 12% of the applications were rejected. See, by insurers for medical reasons. It is these critical 12% that are empowered under personalized health insurance, so called consumer driven healthcare, to access affordable coverage. They need and to cover any pre existing conditions. Any pre existing conditions. So these critical 12% do not come from any one set of employer plans, folks, or from any particular sector of society. They don't come from any particular sector of society. Many are working for small businesses, working multiple part time jobs, and are self employed, folks, self employed. Most are hard-working individuals and families seeking to provide for themselves and to protect their families. These 2 to 3% folks, they are the one, they were truly uninsurable. And these are the people who are hardworking, self-employed. So personalized health insurance addresses these issues so that no one were denied or dropped coverage for any pre-existing conditions to purchase any insurance based on they were these are the people who were denied because of the pre-existing conditions because they were truly uninsurable, and personalized health insurance will cover under its umbrella if it's consumer empowered personalized health care. The key test to the access to healthcare is personalized health insurance passes with flying colors, folks, flying colors. The secret here is to access affordable health insurance provides access to healthcare. How do you get affordable health insurance? By segmentation, folks, risk segmentation into well category. Their premiums have to be a lot lower. At risk category, 10% more, and chronic illness, another 10%. These are the people who really need to be focused. These are only 15% of the entire population, folks, have chronic illness. You mean to say we cannot take care of the people with chronic illness? At risk, they are 20%, but their claims are 25. But these premiums have to be based on at risk or catastrophic illness, folks. We can do this, folks, if we try, if we seriously put an effort into so-called personalized health insurance, and you provide the proper tools through account-based plans, so-called health savings accounts. rpay.org, which stands for reimbursable premium adjusted yields. Basically, what it is an account-based health insurance. If you have a deductible health insurance, you can lower your insurance. If you have an HSA, if you set up an HSA, you can lower by having a deductible. You can have a low deductible and you can have a high deductible. If you have a high deductible, your premiums are lower. If you have a low deductible, your premiums are a little higher. These are all account-based through health savings accounts. I will explain to you in detail in a separate segment about these account-based health premiums or health plans, whatever you may call it. We will go into detail how the health savings accounts can empower the consumers, and consumers have to have 100% control on their health savings accounts. By having that, they get to choose their doctor, they get to choose their health plan, they get to choose their drugs, they get to shop for their health. People might say, not everybody can take care, do their job. I understand that, but there are ways to do it, folks. Like not many people understand the health insurance as we see it. How are we handling? Same way, folks. You really have so-called agents or guidance counselors to provide them proper counseling for average folks who cannot take care of themselves. Guys, thank you for listening. We will see you in the next episode of rpay.org. This is Consumers Dr. Bengala.